Today I'm unboxing a plant from my aquarium, which is an aquatic moss. This means it lives completely submerged under the water. I have a low light tank, so they're good stuff to have, and I don't have any mosses at the moment. Now I have snipped the outer layer because I removed all the paperwork with my dress and stuff. That's what we have. That's what's inside. I haven't taken a peek, so I don't know if it's okay, and I hope so. It's always the thing with unboxing living things. Just score that gently. There we go. That's well wrapped, I'll give them that. It's looking good. It doesn't look like it's leaked or anything. It's looking pretty green. So this is by the Tropica company that does lots of live aquatic plants. 100% clean aquarium plants. No algae, no pests, no snails. And that's because it's a tissue culture. They grow them in the lab so that there's nothing in them. You could see there's the gel stuff that was grown in there. I feel a bit of moisture on the top, but I can see there's water sloshing about, so it isn't dried out or anything. Right, this is Taxiphyllum and then spiky in commas. Basically that means it hasn't been formally identified. This is just roughly where they think it is. And if they're right, it's a relative of Java moss. I'll see if I can gently get this label off. Those are in other languages. I can actually read a bit of French, but I can't speak it, so I know what it says, but I can't tell you. Will grow approximately 15 centimetres tall in 30 days. It's a bit of a weird thing with moss. It doesn't really have a height in that way. It grows on stuff. How to use a moss. Carefully remove the moss from the cup and wash off the growing media in clean tap water. Split into portions. Attach the plants to rocks, wood pieces or grids with special aquarium glue or a fishing line to decorate your tank. So, I have it. Now what I'm going to do, I have one main fish tank, which is a community tank, and there's a bit of a dark corner that the other low light plants won't grow in. This particular variety is supposed to be good for that. I also have a permanent quarantine tank, which I like to keep some plants in that I can just pull out when I need to get the fish out. And a Daphne tank, which is a new thing. I'm thinking I could float some because it will grow as a floating plant. Now, I'll pop that open. You can see, moss is fine, but you see that gel stuff? So that's a bit icky. Now earlier, I have some clean water. I also have a pot to put all this, anything that just come off. And well, pop that in there. Look at that. It's good for all the people that like their slime. I'm going to just gently swish tea about. I've had some others from this little range where they do it with the cell cultures, and it's great for plants that are hard to check for pests. So far I've managed to avoid any pest snails in my main tank, so we hopefully keep it that way. Another one that's an issue with Daphnia is Hydra, because Hydra, they only eat really little tiny things, and Daphnia is really little tiny things. They can also go after fish fry and stuff, like little tentacle critters. Otherwise I like snails and Hydra, but sometimes in your tanks you don't need it. That's cleaning up quite nicely. Right, so some of this I'm just going to keep as it is, put in. I see why they call it spiky. It's definitely got more of a spiky growth to it. See how the bits are coming out. So I'm liking that. I've got a few rocks. These were all sold as aquarium rocks. I've never liked these ones particularly, but it's going to get covered in moss. So that's going to be the quarantine tank one. Then I can just whip the big rock out when it's the right moment for the plants. This is one of the ones left from the ones I got from the main tank. A lot of the main tank ones are quite stripy and pretty. This was one of the off-cards I didn't like as much. So I'm going to plant a bit on that. What I'm not going to do is use fishing line. And I'm not going to use cotton, which some people use. The reason is that I have ottos, and ottos have the little sucker mouths, and in my experience they are more likely to get caught and stuff like that and end up trying to swallow the little fibres. So what I tend to use are elastic bands, which don't look pretty, but you can get them back out again quite easily at the end. And it's big, the ottos don't try and eat that. Poor little fish, they're not that smart. So that's nice and clean. I'm not going for anything particularly fancy with this stuff. Now some of it I am just going to float, so reasonable amount. I think I'll leave those as floaters. They'll be fairly clean. Obviously, as soon as I've done this, I'm going to pop these upstairs. Put it on just gently. It's just got to hold it in place. We won't catch any fish. See if the elastic band will actually film this one. There we go. So it's not the pretty way that most people do it, but it's much safer for my little otto friends, because obviously in the end the fish tank is there to keep the fish healthy, and if it looks a bit ugly for a few weeks probably while these mosses get attached, I don't care about that. I don't want to lose any fish from it. Now one thing I have thought is maybe making some sort of trellisy thing with this up the side of the tank in the main tank if it takes off. This one's supposed to look nice vertically according to the website, so this has really small holes and is very smooth, so I don't think there's any otto risk, and none of the small fish can swim through that. So I might do something with that, we'll see. So that's my little unboxing for now. Let's see the lovely moss we have here. Obviously I need to go off now and put this in the tank, which I can't film at the moment because the animal room's not really set up for it, but I will work on that for a future video. I hope you enjoy seeing my moss. I'm certainly excited about it. So I'll see you next time.